Rubber. What is rubber? Rubber is a material that are usually produced by collecting latex from a rubber tree. When and how did rubber find its way to the Philippines? Rubber is a tree native to South America, that is Brazil. During the 19th century, at the peak of the Industrial Revolution, the demand for rubber became high. The Spaniards, seeking for more gold and glory, introduced this crop in our country and established the first rubber plantation in Mindanao. What are the 5 major areas of production during 2015? The 5 major areas of production are Zamboanga Sabugay, North Cotabato, Basilan, Zamboanga del Sur, Zamboanga del Norte. According to the table above, the province of Zamboanga Sabugay became the top producer of rubber in the Philippines. Zamboanga Sabugay produced 128,280.57 metric tons of rubber. Zamboanga Sabugay have a 70,220 hectares of rubber plantations. In Zamboanga Sabugay, farmers had an average yield of 1.83 tons per ha. Production of rubber in the Philippines from 2005 to 2015. Production of rubber in the Philippines from 2005 to 2015. Figure 1. Graph representing the production of rubber in the Philippines from 2005 to 2015 in terms of volume of production and land area. As shown in first figure, there is an increase in the allotted land area for rubber plantations. However, there is a gradual change in the volume of production. Production of rubber in the Philippines from 2005 to 2015. Figure 2. Graph representing the production of rubber in the Philippines from 2005 to 2015 in yield per hectare. The second figure shows that there is a decline in the yield of rubber from 2005 to 2015. Factors that triggered the change in production. Volume of production. There is a noticeable increase in rubber's volume of production from 2005 to 2014. This is due to the product's increasing appeal to market as well as the demand for rubber-needing products also increased. Also in the year 2011, there was an increase in the number of mature rubber trees, which also contributed in a greater volume of production. A significant decrease in production was observed in 2015 mainly because of lack of trees to be harvested. In North Cotabato and Zamboanga Sabugay had a decrease in production due to decreasing yield of local rubber trees. Land area harvested. From 2005 up to 2015, there is a constant increase in the country's land area allocated for rubber production. This is due to increasing rubber demands in the country which needs to be taken into consideration. Thus, increase in rubber demand calls for an increase in land area needed for rubber production. The yield of the country's rubber trees is on constant decrease from 2005 to 2015. Certain factors like climate change and aging and exhaustion of rubber trees due to constant production of latex to be used for rubber production. Is the Philippines an importer or an exporter? The Philippine rubber industry exports about 40% of its natural rubber production. Malaysia, China and Singapore are the country's major export markets. Philippine imports of natural is minimal, recorded at 572 tons in 1996. Imports could increase in coming years with the decline in domestic rubber production and establishment of new rubber factories. Profile of common rubber farmers. Most people engaged in rubber production are smallhold farmers. However, because rubber is a highly valuable crop, these farmers became economically stable. Did the small farmers benefit from the interventions that had significant influence on the development of the industry? The farmers did not benefit. The reason are as follows. Since there is a constant decrease in the yield of latex of rubber tree as it was recorded from 2005 to 2015, and definitely farmers experienced a minimal loss in their farm. Factors like small land area for rubber trees has greatly influenced the production, because rubber farm demands for bigger and wider land area. With that limited land area, few trees will produce small amount of latex, which is used as the primary product and used for processing to produce new products. Climate change has an impact when it comes to the growth of rubber trees, and thus production declines. Aging and exhaustion affects the continuous production of latex. The older the rubber tree, the fewer it produces. Government policies, programs and technologies that could boost rubber production. 1. Republic Act No. 10,089, Philippine Rubber Research Institute Act of 2010. Functions: propagate and promote the planting, maintenance, as well as wise utilization of rubber trees as source of latex and finished rubber products. Enable rubber producers and processors, especially smallholders, to have access to quality rubber tree seedlings, modern production techniques and other support services from production to marketing of rubber produce. Undertake training and capacity building programs for rubber producers, processors and cooperatives in order to increase production of quality rubber and raise level of income, especially of poor smallholders. Aid in the establishment of village-based rubber enterprises to generate livelihood opportunities and improve general well-being of the large percentage of the workforce in agricultural communities. Promote cooperative development among smallholders and provide them access to resources, technological know-how, as well as decision-making processes for the enhancement of their rubber enterprises and the protection of their welfare. Initiate research and development projects on rubber in order to address technology and policy gaps in promoting a robust rubber industry, ensuring standard in production and meeting demands for quality rubber in both domestic and international trade. And 2. House Bill 2912, Philippine Rubber Industry Development Board, PhilRubber. Responsible mainly for the promotion, development and growth of the rubber industry by improving its quality and productivity, and expanding its markets. Serve as an umbrella organization that would protect and promote the rubber industry as a whole, from production down to manufacturing then to exporting. Act as the top advisory body in all initiatives and concerns relevant to the rubber industry. Promote investment in public and private lands. Joint venture in rubber planting, processing, and manufacturing of rubber products and byproducts. Promote and coordinate within the national agencies on nationwide support programs such as research and development, technology upgrading, human resource development, domestic and export market development, long-term financing, infrastructure, and land access. Advocate for supportive policies including the provision of rubber industry development funds, long-term financing and investment incentives. Promote a natural culture of quality from the farms to the factories of rubber products. Serve as a point of contact between and among policymakers of the rubber industry. Represent the country in all international rubber conferences. It is expected that with the passage of this act, the whole value chain and challenges in the rubber industry will be sufficiently dealt with. Amadong, 2017. 3. Philippine Rubber Industry Association, Incorporated non-stock, non-profit organization who serves as the single voice of the nation's rubber industry representing various sectors from rubber farming to rubber product manufacturing. Main focus is to come together as a group to educate and provide recommendations to legislators and government agencies on strategies and influence key policies to safeguard, encourage and strengthen the rubber industry, particularly in research and development. Conclusion. Rubber is a highly valuable crop that came from South America, that is Brazil. One of the most significant problems that rubber industry is currently facing is climate change. This problem had caused significant change in the yield of rubber. New planting stocks are also needed by the farmers. The farmers that rely on this crop need supervision and help from the government and other organizations.